Okay, now I'm going to see if there is any little bit of coffee left. Very little, not much. So, rounding out the submissions for this week, of course, we've got mine. And I will say this: my photo taken this challenge was meant to be actually for me to get me out shooting, which I've actually been doing not as much of. I've been doing more work on the photo challenge itself, so doing the videos for each of the critiques and running the challenge. But now that I've got the pattern, I've got this workflow set up, where I don't have to work so hard per week. I'm kind of in a rhythm with these. I will get out and be shooting more. It's been more of a struggle to get out and shoot for these, and actually that's no excuse, because I take the camera with me wherever I go. I just need to be thinking more about the challenge and where I can grab some of these shots for the challenge. So that's no excuse. I should be shooting more. But here are the shots that I got. This one here, I'm actually including. It's not a great one for isolation. This is more for, this is architecture. But it took forever to wait for this goddamn bus to come and pass in front of the building. Excuse my language. To pass in front of the building. So I just had to include it. There we go. So moving on here, I must love shooting spiders in my house. My house is great for spiders because honestly, I have a huge arachnophobia problem. As a kid growing up, I was deathly afraid of spiders. But check this one out. So I'm chilling in my kitchen, and this is angled up. This is this light here is actually on the kitchen ceiling, and I'm just chilling. I think waiting for water to boil so I can make some tea or doing whatever. And all of a sudden this spider he was hanging out on the light itself, and I took a couple shots of it, but wasn't getting the shot that I wanted. First of all, I couldn't get close enough, I was losing focus on that spider, which is, I wanted to isolate that one spider. So I waited. I showed a lot of patience with this week's challenge. I waited for this guy to come dangling down eventually. It took about 8 or 10 minutes, but eventually he started to come dangling down. And so I grabbed 2 shots, one of which was here, which I tried to place some dark left and some bright white of him, so that I can kind of frame him in with the gradient of light, kind of. So it kind of goes dark to light. But I've got Mr. Spider here just kind of dead center in focus. And he did some posing for me. He hung out there for a little while. I grabbed some shots, and then once I was done, he went up his little thread there and disappeared. But that's the shot that I got. By the way, I don't know if you care about my settings. This was 1/250 f2.8 ISO 200 at 50 mil. So yep, that was what I was trying to do with that one. Came out very underexposed, and I adjusted it a little bit. It's fairly noisy, but it does what I wanted to do, and I grabbed him in mid-action. Spider-Man. And this was another angle. This was the shot I was originally waiting for him to dangle down, because my ceiling and light, it was bright and white, and this guy, this is colored a little bit on the greener side, but he was blending in, he or she, it was blending in with, actually, no, I'll name him. I'll call him, let's see, I'll call him Toby. So Toby was, the color of him, he was blending right into the ceiling, so he was just getting lost. There was no way to separate him, so had to wait until he came dangling down, and this is against the darkness of the window. This was at night, so window was nice and dark. There were some lights outside, so 2.8, I got the camera nice and close to him, uncomfortably close. Once I realized how close I was, as long as I got a camera in front of me, I don't care what's in front of me. I don't care what I'm shooting. I don't care about heights, and I'm fearless. It's there's that separation there. As soon as I take that camera away, I'm freaking out. So Toby kind of scared me a little bit once I was finished with the shot. But this was the shot I was waiting for, to get him framed up against black, in the middle of all these nicely, this nice bokeh of lights that's behind him. That was the shot I was waiting for, and he's nice and he reflects the light, I guess. So his body was very translucent. That's the proper word. But that's the shot I was waiting for, and he gave it for me. Almost got close enough. Had I taken a slight step forward, I kept on getting more and more closer. So I actually took some like 10 or 12 shots to get a good one of Toby. But I kept on getting closer and closer until he almost jumped onto my lens. So when I took the camera away, he was really right there. So, and I let him live. I didn't crush him. I don't squash spiders in my house. They eat all the other bugs. I'm very cool with them as long as they we got boundaries. So, you keep to your side, I'll keep to mine, sort of thing. We're cool. All right, I was doing a cooking class. Cooking class. Let's see if I can talk properly. I was taking a cooking class the other day, and which we'll see a few more photos of momentarily, I believe. And the ingredients were just laid out, so I quickly, again, I'm trying to remember to, I see a shot, jump into my bag, grab my camera, take the shot, and without trying to pose it too much. And the ingredients happen to be laid out like this, and so I thought this is pretty nice. Lemon right in the middle of the green of the cucumber. There's a pattern. The lemon breaks up the pattern. The lemon is dead center, and also because you've got the two windows and the shaft of the windowsill or the wall right in the center to give a good background for the lemon itself, whereas the cucumbers have that nice blown out background. So I would have gotten rid of, if I did a little bit more Lightroom action, I've got rid of this blue whatever the hell it is in the upper left. Clean up the image a little bit, but there we go. And here again, this lantern was just kind of hanging around. I wanted to see, what would this kind of look like. Actually, I forgot to do what I wanted to do with this and turn it black and white. Shoot, maybe I'll do that and I'll upload the new one. You can tell me which one you prefer. But this one, I liked how it was against like a barren space of the wall, because the rest of the kitchen, it was just busy. So this lantern was actually placed in one empty section of the wall, and I just kind of dug how it was, hanging there. So I grabbed it. I would have liked it if the light had been a little bit stronger. I would have liked to see more of a shadow on the wall, but I had no control over that. It's just daylight. But there we go. I just trying to isolate the lantern itself. It's a little off kilter. I didn't take the time to properly balance myself out, so it is a little off to the left, the whole image. So I should have straightened out, leaned back to the right. Hit a button there. So yep, that's it. Mostly did what I wanted it to do. There you go. And this is the lovely Catherine O'Brien, who is going to hate me if she finds out that I featured her in this video critique. But there we go. Catherine was the leader, the leader of the collective kitchen, as she calls it. So she taught us all very quickly in a span of like 2 hours. We had all this. The kitchen was just a madhouse of activity. So we had 2 people over in this station cooking that, 2 people over here cooking this, and people frying this, people mixing that, and madness and pandemonium. So it was, but all under her control. And she was a powerhouse. She really knows how to run her kitchen, and all with a smile. Delightful person. So this was at the end of the day. She's dishing out all the portions for everybody to take home. So I wanted to grab a quick shot of her smiling against, again, the same way that I framed the lemon up earlier, right in the middle of this panel here. With I didn't want her against total white. Washed out light from the window, so I wanted to position that right in this column of wall, right in the center, to give her background, to separate her, but with enough. There is light on her shoulders there to give that to give that effect as well. I would have asked this guy to move though. It was all happening very quickly. I had to go back and forth between grabbing my camera, putting it back in the bag, back and forth. So I didn't have as much control, but I would have asked this guy to move. I don't know, maybe able to Lightroom that dude out and just replace it with that sectional window there, which is what I may do, because I rather like this shot of her. She's got a great smile that will just light up any room. And this is her. Hey, go back. We want more Catherine. And this is her doing what she does best. Getting people to eat healthy and smile while doing it. So those are my shots for this week for this challenge here. I will upload all of the photos up to the Facebook photo gallery, and all of this information for the challenge will be over on the sharpgoat.com blog over here. So sharpgoat.com/blog, and you can find all the information for the challenge there. There'll be a new blog post for each challenge each week given. So if you want to find out the new challenge that's been given out, or see the results of last week's, I'll put up the playlist of the video critiques and also the link to the Facebook gallery, so you can go check out and comment on the photos yourself. So that is the link that you should be sending out to people if you like. Send them over to the sharpgoat.com /blog link so that they can jump in and get information on all the past challenges and also find out what's current, what's going on right now, and also any tips that I do post in the future. If I do an extra video per week, just very quickly like I've done here on how to set your aperture for shallow depth of field, how that affects your image, then those will also go up here as a separate blog post. So everything can be found right here. So that is what you can send out to people if you want to get them in on the challenge as well. But thank you very much to everybody who submitted this week. The next video coming out will be for the new challenge for this week coming. And thank you again. I can't thank you enough for getting involved, because without you guys responding as much as you have been to this challenge, I probably wouldn't have been doing it. So the main thing I get out of this, I get a lot of satisfaction out of hearing how helpful the challenge has been, and also getting the response that I have been from you guys. So thank you very much for jumping in on the challenge, and we'll see you guys next week.